Welcome to Get Your FRQ On. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a graphing calculator to calculate definite integrals for functions. To begin, we need to make sure that we have a function entered into our y equals editor. So let's say we wanted to do something like 2x squared minus 4x plus 1. All right, and just to see what that graph looks like, we're going to graph that right there. All right, now one way to calculate the definite integral for a function is to just do it straight from the graph. In order to calculate the integral straight from the graph, we're going to use our calc features. All right, so that is second trace, which gets us our calc functions. And you'll notice that option number 7 is the integral of f of x dx. That's the one we want. Once I select it, I simply need to enter a lower limit, so the lower bound of integration. So let's just say 0, enter. An upper bound of integration, let's say 3. And then it calculates it for me. And notice that it also shades it. So the integral here is exactly 3 on that interval from 0 to 3. Some of it's positive, some of it's negative, but you can calculate the integral of a function directly from its graph using the calc features. There is another way to do this, however. So let me exit out of the graph, second quit. So let's say I've got my graph, my function already stored in my y equals editor, and I don't really need the graph. I just need to calculate the integral. What I can do is this math button right down here. If I click on that, I get a menu with 5 different tabs on it. I don't need to go anywhere. I just need to scroll down under Math, and then I get this command function integral. All right, so I'm going to select number 9, and then there's 4 different things that I have to enter in order to get it to calculate this integral. The first one, I have to tell it which function I want to integrate. All right, so I get to the different functions by clicking on vars or variables, and then I move over to y variables. I have a function defined in y1. All right, then I'm going to hit the comma key. All right, the comma key is typically right above the 7 on a TI-84 graphing calculator. So I'm going to hit that key to get a comma, and then I have to tell it what variable I want to integrate with respect to, and in this case it's going to be x. Then I hit the comma again, and then I just have to enter my lower and upper bounds. So let's say I want to integrate from -1 to 2, close that with a parenthesis, and then when I'm ready to calculate the integral, I hit enter, and I get the value of that definite integral. And in this case, I guess it's also 3, probably because the parabola is symmetric. But you can use this to solve a number of different problems when you're using, like, say, net change. Let's say that f of 2 is 3, and I need to, figure out, well, how much has this changed from 2, so I can go 3 plus math integral and then so if f of 2 is 3, then I can say, well, let's say from 2 to 5, and this would tell me the value of f of 5. All right, so that is how you can calculate definite integrals on a graphing calculator. This will be really handy on the calculator active portion of the AP exam. You will frequently have to use the fundamental theorem of calculus on free response questions, and those could show up on calculator active or not calculator active questions, so you have to be prepared for either.